Good morning, guys. It is Saturday morning. What time is it? 10:23, East Coast. I thought I would put together a little GoNintendo Behind the Scenes, so don't expect any fancy editing or stuff like that. Well, not fancy, but don't expect anything like what you see in the nightly episodes. I'm just talking to you guys because there's something I'd like to talk to you about. So as you know, a while back, roughly a month ago, we went with a new group of advertisers because the old group of advertisers weren't really doing what we needed them to anymore. The people that we were with were doing a good job for a number of years, but lately they seem to really fall off, and it's something that a number of parties had noticed, which was disheartening because I was putting in just as much work on the site, if not more, and you guys are definitely still coming around to check out what's going on. But, sorry, the video looked like it freaked out for a second. But, so there was no difference there, but the advertisers just weren't really pushing us like they used to. And like I said, that's something that a number of people noticed. So we were talking about going with someone else, and as I said before, we had shopped around to see who was available and what they could do for us and who would be the best fit and who we wouldn't have to go crazy for and blah, 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 blah. So we picked a new company. We've been with them for about a month now. And the funny thing is, the old company that we were with, I got an email earlier this week from that company, and they were like, hey, we think you'd be a good fit for our advertising ring. And I emailed the guy that represents our advertising, and I was like, look at this email. It's like they didn't even know that we were with them anymore. It was just funny, and shows why we had to get away from them. So we're with that new company now, and as you've seen, we've shifted a little bit of positioning on the site. And for the most part, you guys have been okay. But there have been a couple hiccups along the way. I haven't gotten many bad emails at all, actually. I've gotten maybe a handful. I'd say definitely less than 10, probably less than 5 since we've switched over. But there are some issues. Obviously, the biggest issue is there's one ad in the block ad in the corner of the site. Sometimes it drops down into the content area and obviously covers up content. We don't want that. That's something that has to be changed. So Court has been working on something that would house that ad and not eat into the content. So I thought I'd show you a couple behind the scenes looks at some very rough ideas of what's going to happen. Court probably isn't going to be happy that I'm showing you this because he likes to show you stuff once it's all beautiful and all taken care of because he does an excellent job with that stuff, but I like to show you guys what's going on. So I'm going to look at these pictures as I'm talking to you guys so I can see what you're seeing. So in the first picture, you have the way the site is right now. You have the red box, which is where news goes. So the red box is actually where our text ends, which is how the site's always been. So past that red line, you'll never see any of the articles I type. So paragraphs are formatted to fit within that red box. In the yellow box, you see our comment system right now, which has all that fun stuff like ratings and tags and all that in there. So this is where the issue is. This yellow box is causing the problem because it's like a separate section of the site, basically. And that ad is dropping down into that section. So I was talking to both Court and T-Duck about it. And I don't think they came up with it. Specifically T-Duck, he is amazing. He did it within like 15 minutes. A suggestion for how we could do it. And like I said, Court is going to clean this up a bit from what you'll see in this next screen. But now you're seeing what we're testing right now, which is taking that same content that's in that sidebar area and moving it to the post itself. So underneath the story, you'll have the author, the comments, and the ratings. And then underneath the story, you'll have the categories and tags. So all the same information is there, just displayed a little bit differently. Personally, I don't mind this one bit. I actually like it just as much as the other option. I hope you guys feel the same way. And like I said, this was done in 15 minutes by T-Duck. Court's going to clean it up and work on spacing a little bit more, and fonts and colors and, you know, stuff like that. So that's going to be the change on that side of the story. So the red box is exactly the same size. Nothing has changed. Content is still going to be the exact same amount of space. So we're not eating into the content area. But obviously now that space on the right is no longer a yellow box, because that frees up where we had the comments stuff. So that will allow us to drop down. I'm going to stop looking at the picture now. That's going to allow us to drop down with that ad. And if there is a longer ad in that space, it won't eat into content. There's not always going to be a longer ad there. I don't know when a longer ad is coming, but we need to be ready for it if it does show up. So now that ad should be able to go into a blank space and not cause any trouble. So we don't want it covering up stories or stuff like that. Doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I'm watching myself and I'm not watching you guys. I apologize. So Court's working on that. When it's going to be implemented, I don't know. Fairly soon, but Court's working on that now. He's going to be. I think he's doing a lot of it today. Actually, what a way to spend a Saturday, right? So that should eliminate what seems to be the biggest issue, and it's an issue that I have as well. So we're going to take care of that. So if those longer ads do pop, or not pop up, can't say ads and pop up because they're not a pop up. If those longer ads do show up on the site, they won't be blocking content anymore. So like I said, that'll be happening soon. But that also leaves the question of when those ads, when that ad isn't longer, we'll have a bit more free space to do something fun with. So Court is working on something which I've hinted at on our podcast before. And you know, well, I don't know if I should say that. He's working on something because there's going to be that extra space, and there'll be a little bit extra space even if the ad is longer. So we wanted to do something fun. So in other words, moving this stuff around so that it doesn't block content also gives us the opportunity to do a new feature on the site, which Court is tinkering with. I don't know if I should say any more than that, but it's something that I think fits nicely with what we've been doing lately. I guess that's all I'll say. And also, to tease something else, I've seen a little test of something else we're working on that's completely feature related, and it also goes along with what I've been doing recently, and it's something pretty special. I don't know what's going to happen with it. It's just an experiment right now, but you guys might be able to see that soon. So there are fun things going on, but I know I've gotten a couple emails about that that ad covering up content, and obviously that's not how we want things to be. So we're going to shift some things around and make sure you guys still have all the same features and all the same content and everything like that, just without having an ad blocking it, because we don't want that. So thanks for emailing in your questions, and thank you for your comments, and sorry about the issues that we've had, but we're working on fixing those, and I'm sorry, I'm bouncing my leg. Like I said, those things should be fixed fairly soon. So that's your GoNintendo Behind the Scenes, filmed in the morning, and I'm not usually up now, so I apologize if I sound weird or if I look like I'm barely awake, but I'll actually be recording the podcast in about an hour from now, so I better wake up. But I wanted to do that for you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'll always tell you guys straight up what's going on, and talk to you about all that stuff. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for all the kind words and everything. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you probably in the next GoNintendo Nightly, which is Monday.